Hey everyone, I'm going to try and shoot this before it starts raining. It's a little windy, so hopefully that's not coming through too bad on the camera. If it is, I'm just going to have to reshoot this another day. Just another update here. Let me just walk through a few more things I've done. I'm just endlessly doing things on this and I'm forgetting to video half of this. So I don't know if you can tell, but we tinted the windows. I've never gone 5% ever before. This is my first time. I think it looks killer. You can leave your thoughts down below. The downfall I'm going to tell you right now, especially never having 5% before, is it's freaking dark. I mean, at nighttime, I can't see out my side mirrors, like not very well. If there's headlights, that's fine, you can see it. But other than that, it is dark. I'm used to 15%. If this drives me nuts, or if I get, you know, harassed by a lot of cops or something, I may actually peel it off and do 15 instead, just for visibility and sake. But I do like the look of this. Also, we just installed the AVS window protectors, whatever, so you can roll them down and have some air coming in and not rain dumping in. I've always thought that they look cool on the rigs, plus they're really useful in these older rigs, so you can have the windows cracked and rain not blowing in. With that, let's go into a few more things. One thing I want to tell you, I got a new mirror, a new side mirror. This is going to be heated when I get it plugged back in, but be careful when you're buying these. This one's thicker. The stock mirrors come in narrower right here, so when I'm installing this, it actually sticks out now. So just a heads up, if you get an aftermarket mirror, you know, and you can get a thinner one, try and do so. Let's see, let's go ahead and pop the intake. One thing, you can see it's a lot darker in here. I've got my, I know I've mentioned this in the past, I've got my seat out. I was throwing in wiring. I'll get to that in just a second. But when I was looking in here, the floor back here was even wet. Now, when on these rigs, it leaks. Mainly it's leaking up through, I'll show you in just a minute. But when it leaks in here, normally the water's just up in here on the foot area, but it got so wet in here that the water actually flowed back to here. So I've got things propped up so that the air can circulate through and dry all of this. It's hard to dry and it takes a long time, but it can be done. With that said, my new dash is in. We're in the middle of painting that right now, and I'll do a video when that's installed. Had a little bit of an issue with it, so I had to repaint it a couple of times. But when the stereo should get here in about 4 or 5 days, and then we'll put that in and let you know how that goes. Let's go ahead and take a look why we're running wires. I don't mind showing everyone. I like a little bass, so we picked up a couple of 12s. Now, I like punchy bass. I've never had a wedge before, a ported slotted wedge. It definitely does a lot of lows, but it's not necessarily for me. That's just what I'm saying. I've had 12s in boxes my whole life. I've never had a slotted wedge though. So what I did was I'm actually ordering a sealed box because I like the punchier. So we're gonna see how that sounds and I'll let you know. Not that this is a car audio channel, but whatever. And then I just mounted the amp on the side here. I thought about just doing it on the side of the box, but it didn't. So that's where we're at with that. That's why I wanted the windows tinted, just so somebody doesn't just come up and say, oh, look, 12. Because, well, now you can't see anything. It's really hard. And yeah, I just don't want my truck to be a shopping list for someone. And we got the Volant intake in. So the biggest question, you can see it's just a straight shot, which is fantastic. Sealed. The heat from the engine bay isn't going to get in here. So you don't necessarily hear, it's not noisier, it's not louder because it's all sealed just like it would have been stock. But to me, it is a better performance. It's not necessarily by horsepower. I'm sure it's only 5 or 6 horsepower, if anything. but it's snappier, the throttle's better, it just feels better, smoother. So that's that. Also, we just cleaned up some wiring. We've got I got a nice little wiring harness here, really fantastic, from Kicker, off of Amazon. Maybe I'll put a link in that below. Great for up to about 1,000 watts, which is all I'm going to do. I'm going to do, right now I'm running 500. My amp is 500 watts for the sub. I'm going to do a 500 watt 4-channel and do the doors, and I have 6x9s ordered for the rear. Looking for some focals, whatever, door speakers. I think that's about it for this video. Just short and sweet. Just wanted to update you. So the intake, is it worth it? I've seen a lot of videos. I didn't want to do an install. There's plenty of those online. Who cares? I did have to change. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I did have to grind this hole out a little bit back here. I'll try and tip the camera so you can see it. Just like everybody else was saying on all the videos, so that's kind of annoying. That was the only downfall to this. I like it. So this was 260 bucks. I'll go ahead and put a link for this in the description below. It's going to cost you the same whether you go through my link or through Amazon. I just get a little bit back if you go through my link, so I really appreciate it. But with that said, I like the purchase because I needed to replace my air filter anyway, so I was going to do a K&N, and that was going to be 50, 60 bucks, whatever. And this whole kit was 260. The K&N kit was like 280, but it had the open top. And I didn't want the engine heat to get in here, so the price didn't affect me too much. If you're on a budget, you know, just go ahead and do some of the tube hacking that they have videos online to get rid of the rib tubes and straighten it out as much as you can. The straighter the airflow, the better. But for 260, man, I'm not going to complain. I've been buying air intake kits for all my trucks my whole life, and they typically are always around $300. So 260 to me was a deal. I was happy about that. I'm happy with it. If you want something that's throatier though, that you're gonna hear the performance, which is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie, maybe this isn't for you. But then other factors come in, like the engine heat getting in there and all of that. I like my air as cold as possible. And that's about it. I haven't scrubbed down the hood yet. We are going to grind this down and go ahead and see if I have any painting skills left in me to get a decent paint job on the hood for now, until we eventually paint it. But we're going to go ahead and lift this thing, tires and rims, before we paint it. But I just wanted to get some of the smaller stuff done, like the window tinting and stereo and all of that stuff. We're going to go up 6 inches. We're going to do BDS 6-inch kit. I think we're going to do 22 by 12s, and I think I'm actually going to do 33s, not 35s. 35s feel real stuffed for me. So, you know, the whole thing is going to be about 7 inches taller, you know, inch with the tires, six with the lift, and then we'll see how she looks. That's my update. Short, sweet, simple. Hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you have any questions, let me know. Getting a lot of cool comments from people telling me about their projects. Tell me about your projects. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you'd like to see and hear about on this. Any issues or any suggestions. I'm just going to walk you guys through everything that I run into, good and bad, on this, so you know, so you can save money or just get another cool idea. Oh, yeah, let me do that one last little thing. I may have done this in video before, but like I was saying, that leak coming in all of these Chevys, I've had it in I had another 97 Tahoe before, and it had the same stupid leak. The leak, there's another one of these screws right here, right up under this little piece. The screw was in there, or actually it was missing. All the water was flowing in through that little tiny screw hole, and right below this it flows down into the air intake for the heater system. It was going into the box and just dripping in. And of course, I live in Oregon, so we get a crap ton of rain, and it makes your floor really wet. So, you know, make sure you check your passenger floor if it's wet. A lot of times it's coming through here. I've had 2 of these leak now, both same issue. So I took this cover off here, and the screw hole that looks a lot like this screw, the one under here, I siliconed in there, and then I put a screw back in the hole, and it hasn't leaked since. So that's the quick fix for that. Sorry, forgot about that earlier. That's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, whatever. Don't subscribe, delete it. Leave your thoughts and comments. Thanks for watching.